Hello there. From today, I am going to start with new series, Hacking for Beginners, and in this course, syllabus will be covering the all the terminology and aspects of the security examinations, either it be Security Plus or ethical hacking courses. So I will be dividing this course into 6 domains. In in the first domain, I will be discussing about threat attack and vulnerabilities. I'll be discussing it today, and then in second domain, the various technologies and tools used in hacking. After that, design and architecture, identity and access management, risk management, and then cryptography and PKI. So let's begin from today. In today's in the first domain, I will be discussing about threat attack and vulnerabilities. This also I divided into like six different parts. In the first parts, I will be analyze indicator of compromise and determine the type of malwares, types of attacks, threat actors types and attributes, pen testing concept, vulnerabilities, scanning concepts, impact associated with the types of vulnerabilities. So I'll be starting with the IOC, indicator of compromise, and then we will see about the type of malware. So let's start with the indicator of attacks. In this, we'll see how to identify indicator of compromise and then determine type of malware. Is it virus, Trojan, worm, or ransomware? Ready to encrypt company data and ask for bitcoins, or an insider that creates a logic bomb designed to wipe out files. If he see terminated from the company, or did an employee has deploy a rat remote access trojan. So here he see has access to corporate network even after termination. Also, we should know type of attack from many different tactics or social engineering: phishing, spear phishing, whaling, vision, tailgating, and personation. I will discuss about all this terminology in upcoming videos. So the application service attack, such as DOS, DDoS, man in the middle attacks, buffer overflows, injection, cross-site scripting, or common web attacks. You may also encounter privilege escalation, wireless attacks like replay, evil twin, rogue access point, jamming, and cryptographic attack such as birthday attack, no plain text, ciphertext, rainbow table, dictionary, brute force, collision replay, and weak implementations. It's also necessary to able to explain the concepts such as threat actor type, attributes, what is the difference between organized crime and activism, how can a nation state be a threat, what level of sophistication should you expect from, and what are the difference in the motivation behind insider and external attacks. You are also expected to know the key concept of penetration testing, including various approaches: black box, gray box, white box tactics, active reconnaissance, passive reconnaissance, escalation of privilege, and so forth associated with the pen testing. Other concept is in this domain, including explaining vulnerabilities, scanning, type of vulnerabilities such as race condition, improper input and error handling, untrained user, memory buffer overflow, architecture design weakness, new threats, zero-day threats, improper certification, and key management. So let's move ahead with the with next topics. Like in this, I will be discussing about different type of malware, like viruses, its definition and types. So let's begin from here. First of all, what is the virus? Its simple definition of the virus will be a program intended to damage a computer system. And there are various virus types, such as discuss armored virus, a virus that is protected in a way that makes disassembling it's difficult. The difficulty make it armored against antivirus program that have trouble getting to and understanding its code. Then companion virus. This type of virus creates a new program that's run in the place of expected program of the same name. Then microvirus. It's a software exploitation virus that works by using the micro features including in many applications such as Microsoft Office. Then multi-particle virus. This virus that attacks a system in more than one way. Moving ahead with malware attacks. Malware attacks, in this we will discuss about how delivery, how it gets to the target, propagation. In this, how malware is spread inside the computers, payloads, what malware does once it's there. Then indicator of compromise, an artifact observed on a networks or in the operating system that with high confidence indicates a computer intrusion. Then phase virus, a virus that modifies and alter other program and databases. Polymorphic virus, the virus that change from form and or mutates in order to avoid detection. Then retrovirus, that virus attacks or bypass the antivirus software installed on the computer. After that's coming to a stealth virus. This attempt to avoid detection by antivirus software and from the operating system by remaining in the memory. Then coming to crypto malware or ransomware. This malware that uses cryptography as part of attack. Prevent Cryptography is a type of encryption technology which encrypts your data using different passwords form. So if someone encrypts your data, it's prevent you from accessing their system, accessing your system or personal file. And if these kind of attacks comes, then the attackers will demands ransom payments in order to regain the access. Ransomware authors order that payment be sent via either cryptocurrency, online payments, or credit cards. Yes, few examples, few very well known examples are CryptoLocker, WannaCry, Lockkey, Zcrypt, NotPetya. Malware offense like to hide the track from antivirus. A rootkit does exactly that. So I'll be explaining rootkit. Clandestine computer program designed to provide continued privilege access to a computer while actively hiding its presence. So software program that has the ability to obtain administrator or root level access and hide from the operating system. Few examples of these rootkits are anti-rootkits, Geos, Stuxnet, Narc, Adore. Then coming to Trojan and Trojan horse, this all terminology is very important and to understand in further any security examination. It's very important and it will cover about 20% of any certification examination. So please be with me. And so continuing with this, Trojan and Trojan horse, a harmful piece of software that looks legitimate or is included with the legitimate application. Any application that masquerades as one thing in order to get past pass security and then does something malicious. So one of the major difference between Trojan horse and virus is Trojan horse tends not to replicate themselves. Example are back orifice, Stuxnet, jerks. Then comes to worms use the network to replicate copy of themselves to the system or device automatically and without user intervention. To spread a worm, either exploit a vulnerabilities on the target system or use social engineering to trick users into executing. A worm take advantage of file transport or information transport features on the system, allowing it to travel unaided. Like a few examples of one is I love you, my dome, stormworm, Anna Kornikova, Slammer. Then coming to logic or logic forms, any code that is hidden within an application and cause something unexpected to happen based on some criteria being met. For this example, a programmer could create a program that always makes your her name appears on the payroll roster. If it doesn't, the key files begin to be erased. Backdoor is created during certain times. Then keylogger or keystroke logger, software programs or hardware devices that tracks the activity from the input device. Key pressed of a keyboard, mouse click, a screen recorder or a scraper. Keyloggers are a form of a spyware where users are unaware their actions are being tracked. Keylogger software typically stores your keystroke in a small file, which is either accessed later or automatically emailed to the person monitoring your action. Then bots and botnets. Bots is an automated software program or network robot, you can say, that collect information on the web in its malicious form. A bot is compromised computer being controlling remotely. So bots are also known as zombie computer due to their ability to operate under remote directions without their owner's knowledge. Botnets a network of compromised computers under the control of a malicious actor. The attacker that controls the botnets are referred to as bot herders or bot master. There are many computers nowadays which has this bot herders and the masters where the public or private companies hire them and use for their intended purpose, either maliciously or to change people's mind. So now coming to backdoor, an undocumented way of accessing a system bypassing the normal authentication mechanism. An opening left in a program application, usually by the developer, that allow additional access to system or data. These should be closed when the system is moved to production. You can check your backdoor by scanning your network vulnerabilities analysis or pen testing. Then RATs, remote access Trojan or remote administration tools. Software that remotely gives a person full control or tech device. Program that provide the capability to allow convert surveillance or the ability to gain unauthorized access to the victim PC. It's also provide the capability for an attackers to gain unauthorized remote access to the victim machine via specially configured communication protocols or backdoor created upon infection. Often mimic similar behavior of a keylogger application by allowing the automated collection of input data. Example of these rats are Sub7, Backorifice, ProRat, Turkozan, and Poison IV4. It's very popular. So now a spyware and adware application that covertly monitors online behavior without the user knowledge and permission. It collects data is collected data is relayed to outside parties, often for use in advertising. Otherwise, it does not harm the infected computer, user, or data. There are line between there are fine line between illegal spyware and legitimate data collection. Now coming to advanced persistent threat, this a set of a stealthy and continuous computer hacking process, often orchestrated by a person or person tailgating a specific entity, usually targets either private organization, state, or both business or political motives. This advanced persistent threat process requires a high degree of covertness over a long period of time. The advanced process signifies sophisticated technique used using malware to exploit vulnerabilities in the system. The persistent process suggests that an external command and control system is continuously monitoring and extracting data from the specific targets. The threat process indicates human involvement in orchestrating the attacks. So, for today, this much will be. I will continue it in another video for with the compare and contrast type of attacks, social engineering attacks, and different type of attacks. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share if you like the videos, and stay tuned for knowing further in this course. So thanks for watching again. See you again. Bye.